How's it going, guys? I gotta show you guys what is in bloom today. It's looking like spring around here, so that's super exciting. So let me show you guys what all is blooming. You can see all of my plants up there for this year, for the flower farm and for the nursery also. But I want to show you guys what all is in bloom, and first thing I'm going to start with, sun's in my eyeballs, but this Forsythia right here, super excited about that. So let's go over everything else that's in bloom. So the very first thing that's in bloom is this Forsythia, and this one is a little bit further behind than this one. These guys are, I think, 3 years old now. You can see they're spilling over. You can see a couple blooms over that way. This one's going here just like that. So there are tons of blooms left. And then right below it, this is really, really exciting because these are daffodils that I planted 3 years ago now. I planted these. They have the tiniest blooms, but I'm surprised there's even blooms at all. This is really exciting. You can see there's 3 right here. There's none on this side yet, but I'm sure that there will be a few if this side has them. You can see, oh look, this one has color on it back here. You can see the slightest bit of color back there. They're a red color. And I can't believe that they came back. I think it's because we had such a cold winter this year. Like, we got frost. Oh my gosh, look how big this leaf is. This leaf is massive. I can't even believe that. Oh my gosh, so is this one. They're huge this year. And we have blooms. I think it's because we got that frost, and then we had such a dry, hot summer. And that's kind of what they need, is dry, hot, and then a ton of cold and a ton of wet. And this spring has been soaking wet and lots of like rain and moisture and cold days. So that is so exciting because those are 3 years old, and we didn't get blooms last year, but we got them the year before when I first planted them. Usually we have to buy tulips, and then we have to put them in the fridge and chill them for a couple weeks before we can plant them out. So really excited to see those blooming, because I didn't plant a single tulip this year at all on the property, and there's a few other spots where we have tulips coming up. And then down here is a hellebore looking absolutely beautiful. I don't remember the variety of this one, but I love how dark it is, and some of these blooms are even facing upwards, and I'm not really sure why, but I love it. And you can see they're not like super downward facing like a lot of them are, so they kind of have a little bit more of an upward appearance, and they are so gorgeous. This is my oxalis, and there's tons of life in here. You can see these are the corms that they have, and then from those, these fill in. And I don't know why there's a tulip here, but you can see the bud on this one. Look at the flower. That is so tiny. Oh my gosh. So weird. I didn't think that there were any left in here. But this whole thing will just be a purple mound of these clovers, and they get really long. And when the wind blows, it just kind of like waves. Super beautiful. Okay, and then coming down the driveway, look at this. These guys are in full bloom right now. You can see tons more ready to burst open. You can see even a few spent ones that we've had already. And then down here, there's a whole bunch of bulbs that I planted. I don't even remember what they are, but I like the like grassy texture that it provides in there. So whatever, I'll take it. I think that they were crocus, but I can't quite remember. I don't know. But that's looking beautiful with the lemon cypress here. Really nice. And then coming through the side gate, we have a dog. We have 2 dogs. Where's the third dog? There's the third dog. Okay, watch out. I'm trying to film. Go. Go. Sadie, go. You can see the clematis that we planted. Here's a lavender that's put on some more growth. You can see the bright green versus the silvery color. This beautiful plant, what is this? No, that's for the clematis. I don't even know what that is anymore. But over here, the hydrangea has woken up. So this is really exciting. The hydrangea is going to be so beautiful, especially this year. It's the second year. I can't wait for it to really fill up all that. And coming down this way, you can see that the lilac has also started to wake up. Look at that. Leaves are opening. Cannot wait for this lilac this year. It was beautiful last year. And then over here, this guy has woken up also. And look at this. I just am now noticing this. And there's one here and one here. These are all Astilbe. And they had beautiful pink blooms last year. So 1, 2, and a third one right here. So that's really exciting. Snapdragon from last year. There's gonna be lots of blooms on this. This is the apple blossom, and it's a beautiful plant. It survived the winter. Our grasses are starting to wake up. This is some kind of fountain grass. I don't remember which kind. And if we come this way, look at the daffodils. I have lots that are still waking up, and then some that are already almost spent blooms. And I have probably brought in maybe 20, 30 daffodils into the house. This one is my favorite. I don't remember the variety of it. I need to look it up. If you know, leave a comment. But I love the way that this looks. The double petals, and then the orange like ruffles on the inside. We've got a ton of them. You can see this one is super spent, and a couple back there, and a couple more buds that are going to open up. You can see another bud there. Over on this side, you can see all the daffodils that have really woken up. Look at these daffodils. Aren't those gorgeous? I have brought in so many of these already. I planted a couple hundred in here. You can see that there's tons opening up. And then in here are a few more of these ones. But these ones are doing something a little different. They've got more green to them when they first open. And then they change where the other one is opening up pure white. But I don't know, I don't mind it. And then we have some that have a very dark yellow color. Gosh, these ones are just so pretty. So pretty. And then more of these like buttery, creamy yellow ones. These ones are just super nice. And then over here, these ones are pretty much all spent. They're very early to open. These are the Tay ones. And they have just the tiniest little blooms, but they're so sweet, and they open up first. So we've had blooms for a while now. You can see this one here. This one's probably got some slug damage or something to it. And you can see here more of the Tay. But they're so sweet, and they bloom like crazy. They're not very good for cutting because they don't have a great vase life, like just a couple days, but still worth it. And then these are all the ice follies, and these ones are my favorite. It feels weird. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. Well, that's really weird. What is happening in there? Hold on. This is so weird. So I just pulled back this paper covering on these ones. These are the ice follies, and they're my favorite ones ever. And they're brown. So I don't know what happened there, but all of them feel like, you can see this one has like air in it, and they feel really soft. And I can feel the petals in them, and you can see this one is like dark on the inside. I don't know if I'm gonna get any blooms out of this guy this year. That'll be really heartbreaking. Oh my gosh, yeah, you can see in here. Look at this. That was supposed to be the bloom. That was supposed to be the flower. That papering covering is dead, and so are all the petals. Oh, I've been waiting for these to open up. There were so many of them. Look, just on here, you can see a ton of blooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have a bunch there, and I have a few back here too. Oh man, that's such a bummer. I really hope that those do something at least. Okay, oh well. And then you can see here though too, this is my Rose of Sharon has started to wake up. This is my Rose of Sharon. It started to wake up. The like flickering of green, it really just shows that there's life in everything around here right now. But let me show you my favorite flower that is blooming right now. There's not many of them here on the property. This is a fritillaria. You can see the checkered blooms. And oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I have a few more coming over here, and a few down the way also. So this whole front of this bed should be fritillaria here, here. There's some tucked back here, here. This was the first one to open. And it's weird, first they start out super low to the ground like this. You can see the pollen on the inside. And then they grow a little bit, and they turn out like this. But I just think that that checkered pattern, you can see on the inside there, that checkered pattern is so cool and so unique. So lots more blooms coming. You can see they start out looking like that, and the checker pattern is just so intense. And as they get older, they just get darker and darker. So lots of blooms. This one has 3 on there, 2, 1 on there, and then a whole bunch coming up over there. And that's a daffodil. And then this is my columbine, and it is massive this year. I think this is 2 plants, yeah. So there's 1 plant here, 1 plant there, and then this one. And it's doing so well. And the leaves on it are just buttery soft. I cannot wait for this to bloom. Oh, look, there's another one here. That one must have self-seeded. There were seeds going everywhere last year. It was so cool. And then another hellebore. I love this like bright, I love this like soft green and the soft pink. And then the other side of them are just like pink and white. This one's beautiful. And this is my other Forsythia, and it's starting to open. I don't know if it's alive, actually. Let's go check on that. I don't think this Forsythia made it. Nope. This Forsythia is gonna get pulled. There's no life left in this thing. So what I'm doing is I'm scratching the bark, and you can see how it's brown underneath. That means it's dead. So this guy did not make it, so I'm gonna end up pulling this. There's like a little bit of life there, and a little bit of life there. Not really worth it. Nothing else is alive on here. Look at that. Dead. Let's see this. Dead. Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna pull this Forsythia and enjoy those 5 blooms. Oh, well, at least the columbine's doing good. Okay, and this is my other spot with tulips. And these ones are like a good size. This is the same size as they were when I first planted them 2 years ago. And then 1 random tall one, and I don't remember the color of that. Also my really dark hellebore, super pretty. But these ones came back really great. There's a few over here. I think there's 4 right here, 1 right there, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. So I just can't even believe I'm getting tulips, because we should not be getting tulips here at all. So this is really exciting. The thing I'm probably the most excited about is my willow tree. Every year, I am just stoked that it's alive. Coming back, you can see these are its catkins, or its flowers. And I just, every year, love that it comes back to life. You can see it's really starting to actually fill out. And it's so pretty. And Lola's screaming in the background. Let me go give her some worms. She's crazy. She's so crazy. I had to throw some worms in there. Right outside is this beautiful nectarine. Look at this column of flowers here. Have you seen a more beautiful tree in your entire life? Look at that. It is just so incredibly full of blooms. This is the miniature nectarine called Garden Delight. And it's beautiful. We haven't had any fruit, so I'm hoping this year we'll get fruit. That is so pretty. And then our strawberries down below are starting to flower. And you can see flowered. This one has already been flowered and it was pollinated. You can see that it's starting to form a strawberry. And we do have ants that like to build around here. So that's kind of annoying, but whatever. Lola, chill. Chill. You see the raspberry patch is woken up a lot. It is like fully leafed out. All of them are. This one I'm the most excited about. That was my favorite. I ate every single one off of there last year. And last thing I want to show you is this artichoke, you guys. It is huge and it has put on so much growth. I haven't sprayed it again since because it's been soaking wet. So I need to come out here and spray. We're supposed to get more rain tonight. But look at this thing. It is massive. I wish that you guys could see like how big this thing actually is. It's like probably like 3 feet tall. It's a huge, huge artichoke. I really am praying that we get some good sized artichokes to eat and to use for floral arrangements this year. I don't see anything. Oh my gosh, look. Oh my gosh. This is the best day of my entire life. A whole artichoke. Oh, hi. You're beautiful. That is so exciting. Okay, let's cover that back up. I can't believe we're gonna get an artichoke this year. I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait. So I think that that's just gonna be a quick little tour of what's blooming, what's starting to come to life in the garden. Oh, wait, what is that? Okay, so under the willow tree is a whole bunch of bulbs. These are our snowdrops, and they're so pretty. We usually get quite a few of them popping up, and I don't see any in the front this year. And then these are our, these are naked ladies. So if you know anything about them, we won't get blooms until summer. So what's gonna happen is these are gonna just take in, the leaves are gonna take in all the sunshine and all the nutrients that it needs all winter long. They've been alive for the winter time, and then also the springtime, then the leaves will die back completely. There'll be nothing there. And then randomly one day you'll wake up and there'll be a whole bunch of little spikes in the ground. And then shortly after that, it'll be the blooms. And those are the naked ladies. And they call them naked ladies because it's just a spike with flowers on it and no foliage. So hence the name there. And what's nice about them being under the willow tree is that during the winter and spring, when the leaves need all the sunlight to absorb the energy for the bulb, they can under the tree because it hasn't leafed out, and so it's still getting a full amount of sun. And then once summer comes, they don't need the sunlight because the leaves are all died back and just the flower is about to emerge out of it. So when this is full, and we have this little window right here in the willow tree, so every time you walk back here on the sidewalk to the shed, you get a glimpse of all these naked ladies under the willow tree. So I think that's gonna be it, guys, for this video. That's just everything that's coming to life in the garden. Thanks for going around the property with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.